Looking at the sky, think about my past. When I used to kick the door, shoot you for the cash. Everybody hit the flow for you make me mad. Never had a nigga soul living too fast. Praying to the Lord.
Hey you guys, what's Gucci? It's your boy SJK Dot, the first black Super Saiyan to arrive on this planet. I'm back here with another video. I got this Marvel Studios Captain Marvel Trust TV spot. You already know how I feel about the film. You already know how I feel. I really don't need to stress that. If you've been following the channel, you guys know what's up. I got plenty of videos out on this. My expectations, what I don't want to see, what I do want to see. You already know what's up. Look, I just want a pure superhero, bro. Look, I know in comics in the past, they had moments of having SJW moments. But it's different for those times. See, it's like this. It's when you do something, and then you repeatedly see the same thing try to happen, and people after it trying to mimic the thing that happened. Now, there's some original heroes that led a SJW propaganda, but not too much of a harsh one. Well, it depends. Depends how you look at it. For example, the X-Men. The X-Men. Or hell, even Wonder Woman. But see, they have the benefit of being pushed back so far. Because they came out way before anything Captain Marvel related came out. Anything with our society now, SJW related. But ever since those films came out, ever since those characters came out, they pretty much like started this whole thing with superheroes, you know, trying to push an agenda. But see, it's a difference between pushing a agenda and pushing a toxic agenda. I don't want to see a toxic agenda. I just want to see a agenda, but not a toxic agenda. Not an agenda where you're trying to necessarily bash me or take me out. Because look, moving forward in Marvel, I want to see men and female heroes equally share the spotlight. I don't want to see what Kevin Feige said, a majority female MCU. I want to see a mixture of men and women equally in the MCU. You're going to do a team? Okay, Marvel got all these heroes. 5 male heroes, 5 female heroes. Even. Equally write them just as good. Equally give them good development. Equality. Not one-sided. Because I agree. Before, it was a majority of men in the MCU. That's not my fault. Blame the MCU. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start this video here. You know, Marvel had their heroes, and for some reason they wanted to run with just mainly guys in the MCU before. That's not my fault. Blame Disney. I just watched it, you know. Fuck. I'm just doing what I got to do. Let's go ahead and let's get into it.
So, Skrulls are the bad guys.
So, if we look at this, bruh, that's a Skrull, clearly. The old lady. Look. Skrull. Why would you turn into an old-ass looking lady? I'm just saying. That weak-ass form.
They're shapeshifters.
And you're a warrior.
Noble warrior hero.
Noble warrior hero. Sounds like something a cocky superhero would say. I mean, yeah. Sounds cool. You know, it's cool.
But what do they want?
That's what I'm here to find out.
That's what I'm here to find out.
Don't answer that.
War is coming.
Let's go back to the Skrull. Even though they lightweight look like Piccolo from Dragon Ball Evolution, they look cool. They look cool. I expected them to be a little bit, you know, kind of more muscular. But it's all good. As long as we get to see a Skrull, see the Super Skrull, you know, take somebody's abilities and, like, you know, that Super Skrull that took the abilities of the Fantastic Four. You know, something like that. If we get to see that, that might be cool. But look, Fantastic Four is not in the MCU yet, but you know, just to mimic that, because MCU is not comic accurate. The MCU is not comic accurate.
You can't do this alone.
You can't do this alone. Let's go back. Alright, so I saw the TV spot for this fight scene here. Now, my only problem is, because, you know, they're using the whole amnesia crutch, which I hate. They did that shit with fucking Bumblebee. They use that amnesia crutch. I hate that amnesia crutch. It's basically a scapegoat. It's like time travel. How time travel is an easy scapegoat to fix your story, while even amnesia is an excuse you can use. It's those kind of cliches like those that I don't like. but it's gonna happen. Because obviously, at this point, she's at her moment where she barely remembers anything, but for some reason, she remembers that she's here to stop Skrulls or whatever, for some odd reason. She remembers she can stop Skrulls, but she forgot she can fly and stuff. You know, I guess. I don't know. But it's whatever.
You can't do this alone. Know your enemy.
That's, Jude Law. Jude Law's character. People thought he was Captain Marvel, but supposedly he's not Captain Marvel. Supposedly he's playing somebody else.
What aren't you telling me?
Would you like to know?
Phil Coulson, look at that. He look young, man. Look at that. Nah, he still look old and crusty. Look at that face. That haircut, man. He got that. If this went down any farther, he would have had that Vegeta widow's peak.
Would you like to know what you really are? Captain Marvel, rated PG-13.
Captain Marvel, rated PG-13. Yeah. Captain Marvel, rated PG-13. Yeah. Alright, you guys. Let me throw my little spin into this. Okay. Now, all I need to know from this film is the only reason I'm watching. You guys, Endgame's a big take. Captain Marvel. Hopefully she can impress me. Because a bunch of heroes in the MCU I really don't like. The only heroes I honestly like in the MCU, to be honest, is really only... It's really only Captain America, the only person I really like in the MCU, to be honest. And I do like Hawkeye. I like their personality. It's just Hawkeye and Cap. They're the only people's personalities in the MCUs that I like. They're the only people. Like, to be honest, I don't like Iron Man's personality and character. I don't like any of the Guardians' personality and character. I don't like, Thor. A bunch of these characters I don't like. But hopefully Captain Marvel could be different. But I doubt she's a humble character, because in the comics, from what I've seen, she's not a very humble character. There's nothing wrong with being cocky, but there's a thing about being cocky, and there's being too cocky. Because sometimes when you get too cocky, you become a douchebag in a way. You know, she's like super humble like Cap. Tight. But I doubt that. I really doubt that. But if she is, that's a +1, and I'll obviously love her character. But may not. But what I do want to see in the film, what I do need to see, this is the only thing I need to see from this film. I just need to see, where is Captain Marvel at? I need to know, is she trapped in some other universe? Where has she been at for these past 10 years? Because they're writing her to make her seem as though she's been in the MCU this whole time. Now, Captain Marvel's film could further wreck the timeline if they don't pull this off right. If they pull this off to where somehow Captain Marvel has been around in the universe for this whole time, right? And she's been this OP and powerful. And she's just been flying around cruising, doing her space stuff, saving people. Then I'm going to ask questions like, why is Thanos still alive? You know, because, like, why is Thanos still alive? If that's the case. And I don't want that to be the case. Because if she has been present in this universe, and she had all this power, and it was obvious that everyone knew what Thanos was doing in the galaxy. But for some reason, someone like Doctor Strange didn't know who Thanos was. But it's whatever. In Infinity War. But it's whatever. It's whatever. Even though he was Sorcerer Supreme for 2 years, he had time to obviously find out who Thanos was. Let's not forget, Doctor Strange was the same person that figured out how to use the Time Stone in one film. Let's not forget that. But he didn't know about Thanos until Hulk crashed down and said, "Oh, Thanos is coming." And he said, "Who?" I was like, "Nigga, what the freak? You're the Sorcerer Supreme now." Well, he's not the Sorcerer Supreme, but he's obviously smart. He even knew of Thor and Odin and all these other people. So it's pretty much whatever with this film. If it ends up being good, it ends up being good. If it ends up being bad, it ends up being bad. The only thing that can hurt this film is that toxic SJW agenda. If the agenda is not toxic, and it's not so obvious, like the same way they did it in Luke Cage, where it's like, oh, pro-black, and then Luke Cage is wearing like this African American the NAACP hoodies and stuff, and I'm like, what the freak, dude? I get it. You're pro-black. Boom. Show me some superhero stuff. It's that kind of shit. Hopefully it's none of that. It's not too much of that. I'm okay with seeing pro-black stuff in a film, but a superhero film, but not too much of it. You bring it up, do away with it, and then move on to the superhero. And then even for Captain Marvel, I don't want to see no super toxic SJW agenda. I'm willing to see a SJW agenda, but not a toxic one. Not a toxic one. Just like I'm willing to see a pro-black agenda, not a toxic pro-black agenda. Keep it. Educate, but don't attack, per se. Educate us, but don't attack us. That's the best way to do it. Educate us, but don't attack us and make us feel or demean us. Because I want to see a female film. And let's not forget, this is the first female MCU film. This is not the first female Marvel comic character. Because we forgot that trash Elektra movie. That came out. Even though it was a trash movie, Elektra did come out before Captain Marvel. Now, she's the first in the MCU as a female film, but first female MCU film overall, first Marvel female overall, nah, that's Elektra. But we don't talk about that trash Elektra film. But hey, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. There's your boy K-Dot, the first black Super Saiyan to arrive on this planet. Captain Marvel could be good. I just need to know where she's at in the universe. Is she flying around? Is she trapped in some other universe? Or is she being held captive by some very powerful individuals? What's up? I'm in this video. There's your boy K-Dot, signing out. Deuces.